Hey, I'm Vlad with GlobMarble, and I'm going to teach you how to do a floor stamp overlay indoors, outdoors, whatever you want. All the materials are in the description below. First thing we need to do is tape off all the corners of your walls and fill all the seams in your floor. Also, make sure to use a wood primer if you're working with a plywood floor like me. If you're working with existing concrete, which is recommended, all you have to do is wash the floor off with the concrete acid cleaner and make sure that the floor is completely level with no bumps or pits. You can fix bumps or pits with either self-leveling concrete or a floor grinder. Because I'm using plywood, I'm going to add a thin layer of SureStamp to make our overlay properly bond to the floor. Once our thin layer dries, we'll apply SureBond and lay on our actual stamp mix. The SureBond ensures a proper bond of both coats, and keep in mind that you do this to your regular concrete floor if you're working without plywood. The stamping coat should be a little bit thicker than the grout lines in your mold, and we're going to use a gawk rake to spread the material at the height that we need. Now we have to spray stamp release on both the stamps and the floor. Every now and then I'll respray the stamps to make sure that the concrete won't stick to the mold. Now we can start stamping our floor by putting the molds together like a puzzle. You can see a link in the corner of your screen that'll show you how to properly stamp step mats. Make sure that you have enough stamps to cover a full row till the end of the room and 2 extra stamps. Say you have a problem like this right here. You have a wall and a regular stamp mat just will not fit here. What you do is you take a skin, you stamp around the corners like we did to the whole perimeter, and now we're going to take a flex mat and connect it the way we need to make the proper seams. And try to bend it as well as you can into this corner. Now, because of the skin mat that we used, we have texture till the very end, but the seams don't go all the way to the end. How you can fix it is with either a touch-up wheel or even a chisel, which we're going to do right now. If you look right here, you can have imperfections in between the molds where the seams meet, and you can fix that really easily with a touch-up wheel. Or you could just chisel it away the next day. Once all that's done, you can leave it to dry overnight. Now we're going to use a water-based concrete degreaser to clean off the release agent from your floor. I want to add a secondary color for antiquing, so I'll fill up a sprayer with water-based stain and spray it in a circular motion. So I don't like the way that the stain turned out when it dried naturally. It's got all these weird polka dots all over it. So I'm going to take a sponge, not completely soaking, but not just a little bit damp also, somewhere in between. Don't make it drip. And I'm just going to start rubbing the stain away into the directions that I want. Once the stain dries, you can apply it with a sealer with an epoxy glide roller. These rollers are made specifically for sticky things like sealers, epoxies, and glues. You can roll it over some blue painter's tape to remove any loose fibers. Remember, 2 thin coats of sealer always work better than 1 thick coat. So I love the way that this turned out, but I want to know what colors you would have used. Be sure to comment down below and like and subscribe.